Okay, so I want to discuss about grounding and center your energy. So the first one to do, we do two things. We're gonna use our arms and our legs. So this is more in the Taoist practice, and it's gonna make more sense as you practice and feel the connection, especially if you're doing qigong and silent meditation. The first thing you're gonna do, have your feet hip distance apart, and you're gonna micro bend those knees. Okay, so instead, if my knee is straight, lock in. It's a no. You're gonna bend those knee. So if I bend my right knee, that's what I want. That's too much. Gonna fully extend your knees and micro bend them. Okay, so that way it's easier on your meniscus, and also you're not restricting blood flow. So that's first thing I'm gonna do is gonna bend my knees. Okay, the second one, this is where it's I call this the falling. So you can have your hands holding the ball. Just to make it easy, I don't care how you're holding the ball, but just make sure that both elbows are bent. Yeah, so this is my chest level. So I'm gonna visualizing holding the ball. You're just gonna hold it to 5 seconds, and don't mind the breathing. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now all you're gonna do, feel pressure, energy between your arms, or heaviness, and now you can just drop. So I just drop my energy down, and I want to get comfortable what it feels like to drop my energy and maintain that feelings. Okay, so let's do that again. So I'm holding the ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can breathe out, then drop the ball. And you can feel a bit heavy in your legs. I recommend do at least 3 to 5 times. So we got ourselves 2. Let's do one more time. So once again, I'm holding the ball. I'm relaxing my biceps, my shoulders, my belly breathing, of course. If you can, in through your nose, out from your nose. So let's go from 5 seconds countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and feel that heaviness and just drop it. So that's 3. So I feel this nice dropping, feel a nice substantial between my legs, and once I'm there, I'm gonna remind myself the feeling from my legs. So I feel this heaviness, and I want my mind to drop down to my balls, my feet. And I'm just gonna hold this posture for at least 10 seconds as I keep my mind awareness down to my feet. So let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. After 10, you should notice already you feel something falling. Your dropping is nice and maintainable. So that's grounding number 1. Once you master this feeling, you can hold on to it and keeping your feeling there. And I do want to mention when I'm doing this, I know you can't see me, but I want my sacrum, my pelvic to retract a little bit, so I have this motion, and I'm sitting in a high chair and relaxing to it. And that's gonna help really straighten your bones and get your spine to be straight. So once again, that's 1. Now this one, this is based on chakras. People will like this one better because if you're not used to doing qigong, tai chi, relaxation, standing, especially meditation, it's gonna be weird, so it's harder. But this one is easy to do. So once again, get comfortable positions. And again, we're gonna use one chakra, root chakra. That's the red. That is basically in your pubic bone. Okay, I know this system talks about where it is, but that's not the point. And we're just gonna take our intent of color of red, put it on a pubic bone, but to make it easier, make it more a tailbone. So place the red color on your tailbone, okay, and you have that. You're just gonna imagine that, and you can hold it for 5 seconds. So I'm gonna do it now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'll do my tailbone. Okay. Now from here, this is the most important part. You're going to be aware of your feet right now, and as you move your feet side to side, you're not gonna feel grounded. You feel pretty much neutral. Nothing is bringing you down to ground yourself. Okay, you're gonna notice that feeling right now. Once we start to initiate the practice, you can feel the difference. So now, moving on to the dropping of the tail. You're gonna visualize a red, once again, the root chakra, that is connecting to the tailbone, and you can imagine anger like a ship dropping down, all the way down to the earth, all the way down to the earth core, or just always down to the ground. Okay, and so I'm gonna imagine right now from my root chakra that's pretty much aligned with my tailbone. I'm gonna drop it, a bright red or yellow, any color you like, down to the earth. Okay, I see it penetrating the floor, down to the ground. Okay, connecting to the earth, but keep it going a little bit lower, like I would say 5 feet below to the earth of the ground. If this is the ground, I'm gonna go right here, and after that, I'm gonna spread my anchor like a root. I'm gonna stay there. So I'm dropping, and I anchor and I spread, and that's it. That's all you're doing. Now you're gonna notice once you drop it, would be a tangible, toffee, energetically feeling between your legs. It's like something's pulling you down. If you move side to side, you're gonna notice that something is still grounding you. You can walk forward and back. You just feel something dropping. This is called chakra grounding. If you want to retract a chakra, just imagine releasing, or imagine a scissor and cut that cord. So I'm gonna disconnect that right now, or just disconnect the tail bone, root chakra of the earth. And so I'm gonna disconnect by imagine disengaging that connection from my root chakra of the earth that's connecting to my tailbone, and drop it. So I'm gonna do that right now. Good. So I just feel lighter now. I feel light in my body. So I'm more of my head, my emotion. So I can feel much lighter. Yeah. So I'm not grounded. So that usually means that my energy is really up my head, and so I'm most likely going to trip, fall, daydreaming, ghost my mind a lot. So that is where the grounding comes in. And unless you drop energy low down 10, or connect the root chakra, or run the motion down, then you won't be grounded as much. As well, if you in the present moment, it's harder for you to be off root or not grounded, because you in your present moment you conceptualizing your own reality, and that helps you in being a moment. So anyway, so I hope that makes sense. Let me just repeat the first one. The first one is, okay, standing stick or Taoist Qigong Tai Chi practice, where you bend your knees, perfect under, you hold the ball 5 seconds and drop that, and you feel the heaviness down to your feet. Okay, you do it 3 times. After the 3rd time, you're gonna notice your feet are much heavier, and you feel, okay. And some people don't like that, so they don't feel as connected, and that's fine. So you can move to the root chakra, and you can imagine the root chakra adjacent to the tailbone, Then when you're ready, just drop it down, anchor it down to the earth, and spread them apart like a root, like a tree would do, and just chill there. And you can feel it's something like a tail right there between your legs, supporting you. It feels like a dropping, something just sits in you, and your mind motion won't go out. When you're ready, you're going to disconnect, and you can feel like your body's lighter. That's when you know you got it. It's pretty easy to do. It's not too hard. It takes a little practice. Colors doesn't matter. Whatever imagination you can play around with, that's fine. But you feel the difference. Okay. So once again, the more you practice, the better it is. And this is really important. So important if you like to daydream, if you do into healing, it could be Reiki, Spring Force, or you like to escape your head, especially when most people when they work out, they like to escape the mind, so they're not in the body and they just start tripping. Again, there's a lot of reasons, but usually energetically from this topic that I'm conveying right now, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, you have any question, let me know. I do have a a special magical enchantment that helps you immediately ground yourself as well. And just like number 2, it turns on and can also turn off. It takes a second, so you don't have to do the work. But those are people who need it. All right, and if you can do this, great. Okay, that's who I want you to be. If you don't have time, then yeah, then let me know. So anyway, hope that makes sense. Thank you.